There we go. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. Is the volume okay? You should be able to hear now. I had it muted by accident. All right, good. So anyway, like I just mentioned earlier, before we get started, happy Mother's Day. If you guys, if you didn't hear me on the YouTube Live or Facebook Live, just always like to say that. And remember, we all have one mom, so make sure you take care of her. Actually, we got two moms. You got your wife, and you got your whoever's married, and also your regular mom. Thank you very much, Grant. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Like I said, the hardest job, in any job out there that you always will love. That's all I could say. All right. Now let's get right into it because listen, today is Friday. Okay. And where there's Friday, not really that much going on a Friday. As in like nobody likes to come out with news coming out into the weekend. Nobody likes to do anything crazy, going into going into the weekend. And Fridays, like, listen, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best days to trade. Okay. I don't care what you think of a Monday and a Friday. Sometimes we have a good Monday and Friday. But like I said, there's not that much news over the weekend. Nobody likes to come out with bad news going to the weekend. Most earnings are happening in the middle of the week. So you're pretty much having a lot of that action going on. By the way, just keep an eye on this SHIP trade. The stock is actually doing pretty well. SHIP, I want to keep an eye on that. Just came up pretty big on the watch list. But there are a couple of stocks I want to talk about what happened yesterday because some of you guys did really, really well. And then we'll go through the watch list. And then we'll go from there. First of all, a couple of good stocks obviously did pretty well yesterday. I want to start off with the TTPH trade. And let me just change this right here and go back. So this one was a really nice stock, early morning. Listen, for everybody that's watching us, on other broadcasts, social media, you have to understand something. Day traders, we only work the first hour and the last hour of the close. So you could see right here, a lot of you guys did really well in the Cyber Group room trading this TTPH. Stock had a great run at 9 o'clock in the morning. It went from $2 and ran all the way to $3.40. Very nice, inexpensive stock. Had a couple of shakes. You could see it a couple of shakes right here. Just blow this up. Right here, you had a nice little shake, but overall, stock kind of just made its move. I personally, and I think I told everybody this, I was pretty much done after 10 o'clock. I was actually done a little bit earlier than that. I was done about 9:45, and just got you got to be very aggressive in the morning. Just so you saw that stock make a big move, took it, made the move and run, and that was pretty much it. Very inexpensive stock, cheap. Somebody in the other one of the social medias, what does the company do? Listen, it's a pharmaceutical stock. What does that mean? I don't care. I really don't care what these companies do. I don't want to know what they do. If I did, I would probably put all my money in a stock called Spirit Airlines, which I hate, okay? Doesn't mean I won't trade Spirit Airlines. But you know what? Some people love Spirit. Some people hate Spirit. I personally, I'm a big Delta fan. But listen, Spirit is inexpensive. Look what happened, but doesn't mean I will never trade it. You know what I mean? Listen, the stock did very well for us yesterday. We had a great run up at 3 o'clock. We went from $9 all the way to about $10.60. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So that one did really, really, really well. That was another stock that we had. Now, there are a couple of other ones that did really well too. Penn has been on fire lately. This stock has been a great company. I don't know where it went from 40 down to 4, but I know some people that did buy Penn did really, really well with the stock. National Gaming stock obviously did really well yesterday. It went from 15 to 18. Now, listen, I constantly keep saying this every morning. Everyone is always petrified to be a day trader, and I had no idea why, other than you're doing something wrong. You're obviously not day trading. You're swing trading, okay? So when you day trade means you're in and out the same day, and I'm going to keep repeating that every single morning because I have to constantly keep bringing it up. Because people are so negative about day traders. Oh, day trade is very speculative. You can't day trade. You got to do swing trading. No. You got to do options. Less risk, more reward. I had a new student that joined yesterday. And unfortunately, he got convinced that options are the way to go. And I'm like, listen, the only people that make options are the people who sell options, okay? Now, I'm not against options. It's just that who's more wealthier? The guy that owns the house or the guy that rents the house? We all know that answer. The guy that owns the house. Well, what do you think an option is? You're not an owner, you're a renter. So when it comes down to it, doesn't mean that you can't make money renting once in a while. It could be a smart strategy, but that's not your first strategy. So your first strategy, you have to learn how to trade the stock. It's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. And if you trade the options on Penn, okay, and you says, you know what, I like Penn, but I want to use up my capital because I need it to do other things. But I'm a fan of the stock for, maybe do a leap trade or, do a 3-month trade on it. That makes sense. But that's not always your first entry to get into it. So anyway, just want to kind of point that out because a lot of people lose a lot of money trading it. And day trading just means you're in and out the same day. You make your money, you sleep at night. You don't got to worry about being on the golf course or always being looking at your phone when you're eating and your wife or spouse is yelling at you. Well, what are you looking at? Oh, nothing, honey. Listen, it's a very less stressful job. You make your day's pay and that's it. But Penn was a great, great moving stock yesterday. And we did well. Now, the next couple of big stocks that move, and I want to talk about some other ones that were really well. And the point I'm getting to about day trading, and this is what I keep repeating. You want to be a good swing trader. It's what happens over the course of the day. So there's a lot of stocks, and I know Ken, you did pretty well, right? You said you traded yesterday. We were trading RIOT. Let me bring that up. So blockchain, we were trading it. And, and this is how you make a day trade into a swing trade, So here you have a stock that we traded yesterday, blockchain. And obviously you don't have to go out there and trade the coin. There's other stocks that you could trade. And obviously blockchain has been doing really, really well because of it. So now became a day trade, became a very good swing trade overnight. So I know you did pretty well on that one. But and a cheap little stock too also. So anyway, that one's doing pretty well. That was one that we traded. And just two more I want to bring up. And then we'll go through the watch list. We had FSLY yesterday. That one had a really nice move, 27 to 34. A little bit more expensive. I'm not really a big fan on expensive stocks. Let me just change this up so you guys can see it's a little bit better here. And that one, was a nice little mover right there. But the big one, and the big ones I want to talk about is LYFT. Oops. I did in the wrong box. Okay. So Lyft, let me just change the time frame here so you can see a little better. Okay. So Lyft right here, obviously, oops. There we go. So you can see Lyft had really good, a good announcement after hours. I assume that's an earnings play right there. And it went from 26 up to 30. And then you could see then it bounced. It went from 10 at 10 o'clock. It ran from 30 to 34. So that was another play. The problem with Lyft, it's a little bit more of a faster moving stock. We call it, we have levels here, and the students in class, we got level 1, 2, and 3. Now, remember what we teach you in our classes? Industries, right? Industries, if it's the airlines, if it's cruise stocks, or if it's Lyft and Uber. So anyway, I guess a lot of people missed the Lyft thing, okay? But yesterday, when you were in the cyber group room, if you guys remember, I said, you know what? Uber didn't move. Uber did not move yet, okay? So something was up with Uber. I said, you know what? Uber didn't really make a big pop. Lyft made its news, and it did move a little bit right here, following from the Lyft news, but then it obviously didn't move. And then obviously Lyft came out, Uber came out after hours the day after, and you see went from 30 to 34. So anyway, you probably want to know what was the news. I don't care, and I don't want to use profanity, but I don't care, what the company does. I don't know what the news is. All I know is that when we were looking, okay, here, when we were looking at the book viewer, which you all been, obviously you see me, I've been on, NASDAQ talking about it very, very frequently, and you can watch the interviews on our website. There were orders, and not only were there orders on that one, but there's the level 4 version. I'll bring this up. Well, now it's only showing today's data, but that doesn't really matter. But right here on the level 4, there were huge buyers bidding it up. And, for some of you that, attended my event yesterday, my open house event, this is what, like, if you haven't watched it, it's like, I try to bring new examples. I think I had one on American Airlines. Everybody's showing like 200, 500, 700. And then you come up to a 300,000 share seller. What do you think is going to happen when you come up to a 300,000 share seller? We think it's going to go higher? Who makes you think that you're more qualified knowing the direction of the stock when you're dealing with a 300,000 share seller? You have to know how to play the game. Don't get cocky, follow the money, and that's all you need to do. All right. Now, with that said, let's go talk about what's moving today. All right. Let me just change this slide. And not a slide. Let me go to the execution system. Now, listen, that's the past. That's the past. Okay. Yesterday is old news. All right. Don't worry about what you lost, because we had some great winners, and, I'm not going to go back, but, what was our best winner of this week, that we had? DraftKings actually did pretty well. We did great on DraftKings, but we did well on the, you got my whole list over here. Stocks, STML, APDN, SDGB, MDGS. I mean, all of them. MRND, all of them. Every day, MGNX. That was amazing. MGNX was. Let me just bring that one more time. MGNX. Just give everybody a quick little reminder what trading's all about. Where do you find a stock goes from $8 to 26? And by the way, for the cyber traders out there, before we get back into trading, I know a lot of you guys sent me an email telling me how you did, because I always want to listen. Part of being Cyber Trade University, we're a family, so I need to know, how did you do on it? And I know everyone's not a great typer and a fast typer, and that's okay. But at least at night, when you get an emails from us, we follow up with you. Remember, part of our job is to follow your journals and work together. Remember, we're not here to teach you how to make money. We're here to teach you how to stop losing it. Once you stop losing it, that's how you get better at it. So let's go back, and now let's talk about what's moving for today, because that is really where it's all about. Now, I want you to keep an eye on a couple of stocks. Now, there are a couple of little cheapies out there right now, a couple of penny stocks. Unfortunately, once again, not a big fan of them once they break over $1. But, this one, obviously not deal with tenths of a penny. This one's doing pretty well. But I want to talk about some other ones that came up a little bit better. Problem with the system. Every time you type in the wrong box, it goes up. So this one gapped up a little bit. It was nice around 8 o'clock. Starting a bit, you know what? If you notice, it's starting to make a couple of Fausto flags right here. Everybody see those, cyber traders? I'm going to scratch this one out. I got a change of heart. Okay. Forget about that one. Screw that one. FBIO. Okay. So this one, it's up about 16%, 1.1 million shares. It's flat. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. It was nice this morning. This is going to be second protocol. Okay. RIOT. Something that led into a swing trade, a day trade, now became into a swing trade. This one's gapped up a little bit. It's kind of flat. Still, I don't know. It's probably second protocol. Second protocol, for some of you don't know what that means, that sometimes it's not, it's the second, it's on my second page. If I can't find something better, then I'll go to this and check it later. We always want to go into the market looking at something pretty strong. Chip. So chip looks pretty good. It's cheap. It's very inexpensive. You could trade, you could trade 1,000, 10,000 shares of the stock. You could see it's got some good movement. It's built a little bit of a Fausto flag. We all know about these shipping stocks. So if one shipping stock is moving, a lot of them, others probably are moving. Very inexpensive stock. Can you saying F-Tech? Yeah, I saw the F-Tech. It's right here. It's up 125%. It's on the biggest percentage gainer right now. And yeah, that one looks a little bit better than SHIP. It's a fuel tech. Don't ask me what it does. I really don't care again. I don't know why people keep asking me that question. I'm getting like alerts. What does the company do? You guys got to stop asking that question. What do you care what a company does? You just want to make money. You know what? When I sell it, then I'll have time to go do my homework on it. All right. That one's okay. And then you got the we got the FBIO, right? And Chip Zoom. I know you guys are looking at that one also, but it's just, I don't know, it's pretty cheap. Not really a big fan of that one too. Yeah, you know what? There's not a lot out there. There's not a lot. Mint was I know some of you guys were looking at that one this morning in pre-market. That one's getting crushed. 16 down to 2, taking a big hit, 36. I would probably look at that stock on a bounce. I know some of you said, I know it's shortable on certain stocks, but I would look at on the bounce and see how that one works out. Now, listen, it's basically, it's Friday. Jerry, you got a couple other ones you found? This is the purpose of, this is the great thing about being a team. HLFF. Nah, not really. It's up 12%. Kind of flat. That's a scratch. I don't know. We'll see how she opens up, but not really, oversold on that one. All right. So anyway, listen, this is normal. This is normal. You know what? We're out there. We're fishing. Nothing's biting right now. There's a couple of spots here and there. This is not like, a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which you all know is our best times to trade, but does not mean that nothing will open up when the market opens up and we get a nice little pop on certain that comes out of nowhere. Some of these will not do anything. Some of them will take off, but we do got a good, like I said, it's not the greatest list. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I mean, that's pre-market. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post, but I was trading with my cat this morning. It's funny. My cat loves trading with me. She's always in here sitting with me, watching what's going on. Very curious. Listen, if a cat could do it, you could do it. I don't say, but anyway, I don't. Oh, kidding aside, I really don't see that much going on right now in pre-market. I didn't buy anything so far in this pre-market, but this is basically what you expect going into this open. So, but let's see if something goes on when it opens up. And you know what? If there's nothing out there, this is what's great about day trading. You could enjoy the rest of the weekend. You have a 3-day weekend. So you don't need to go anywhere. If there's nothing there, then go out there, do some gardening. Maybe you prepare a nice little meal that you always wanted to make for dinner. I know cooking takes a while if it's something you really like. Obviously being stuck at home with the coronavirus, you don't got to go anywhere. So just go out there and do it. But this is the beauty about day trading. If there's nothing out there, you're in cash and you can you'll have your buying power ready for Monday. But listen, we'll find out within the first 5 minutes. All right. Anybody have any last minute questions? Yeah, Mark, that's my cat's name, Chloe. she's a rescue cat. Yeah, no, I'm not one of those people that went out and bought. I've got a rescue cat. Me and my, I'll tell you a funny story about Chloe, Mark. We went to the North Shore Animal League, and we always wanted to get a cat, and we weren't ready after a while, but we finally got one. And my wife picked a cat, and she goes, Fausto, I found a cat. Go look at it and check it out. She has your eyes. I have hazel eyes. She goes, it looks exactly like she got your eyes. That's why I picked it. So I went there. I checked out the cat, and there was this other cat in the back. Just basically was sick. She had a little cold, and you weren't allowed to adopt him. And she was just so playful, and she was beautiful and pretty. She looked like a lion. And I said, Debbie, I got some. Do you mind if I change the cat? She goes, well, what do you mean? I picked the cat. She said, I'm the mother of the house. I'm like, yeah, but this one's so much nicer and this and that. And she's like, and she couldn't stay because she had to go pick up my kids out of sports. And then, and she's like, why? Are you sure? And this, I took pictures like, Liz, she's playing and this and that. The other one's like sleeping, So anyway, she was the best investment we ever made in an animal, getting into cat. She's great. We love her. She's the most lovable cat. Never hissed at me ever in my life. She, but she's very playful. And she's a good friend with everyone. So it was a bingo. Jeff says Norwegian Cruise Line is looking a little active right now. Yeah, but I mean, listen, they're always fun to trade. But listen, nickels and dimes with these stocks, okay? Because they obviously don't be playing the games with them. They do have nickels and dimes. Somebody, Tube RGF on YouTube Lives is asking, what about the PVAC trade? She's up about 25%. It's not terrible. I mean, she's okay. I mean, she backed off from 8 o'clock, 8:30 from like 780 to 720. I usually don't like to look at that stock. I mean, I would rather the stock have a nice push going higher, trading at the highs, but we'll see how she opens up. Not terrible. Okay. Yeah, IO was Peter. IO was really good yesterday. I forgot to mention that. Listen, once again, it was something that was not on the list, but it opened up out of somewhere. All right, listen, we got a little bit more than 7 minutes before the market opens up, so I want you guys to get ready to get into the trading room. I want to go fill up my coffee and get ready for the open. Remember, don't trade the first 5 minutes you open. Let all these, chaotic, trades get filtered out, and then we'll go in there. So, cyber traders. Once again, you see something, you say something, all right? And then, listen, just take the money and run. But if you see something, we're on a good move, stick with the run. But make sure you use your limit orders. Don't go out there and do market orders. Spreads are very, very expensive, and you don't want to go back and try to make that up. Good luck, everyone. I will see you back here at 2:30 to trade the afternoon. And listen, I personally, afternoon Fridays are always better than Friday mornings. So we'll see how that goes. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Be safe.